prime, and straight onto the tips I'm going ahead and doing my blood splatter. Now on this first go around, what I'm doing is using more of that deep color in the tip of my brush, and I'm just going ahead and doing little patterns like this. Now if you get a little bit of smearing, it's okay, just kind of go with the flow. What we're going to do is do this in multiple layers because we want some depth and dimension. What I will say is you don't want too much bright red. I feel like this gives it a little more realistic look. If you want a bright red look, go ahead and do that, but over the years I've noticed that a mix of the two kind of helps it out. So we're going to cure that for a couple seconds, at least 10, and then I'm going to go back in and do another round. Now essentially why I'm doing this in rounds is so that again I can create some depth and dimension, and also so that way I don't smear everything too much as I'm trying to get like the perfect look on each nail. Let me know in the comments below if you've accidentally fucked up some splatter nails by going overboard and not knowing when to stop. Okay, so that way things can just basically dry as we go and we can see what we really need. Okay, so I'm able to actually do this like with less steps. Like the better you get at this and you'll know how to use your brush and what to do, the less times you'll need to go back and forth, if that makes sense. So really I'm kind of stretching it for the video. All right, now I like to take my dotting tool. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but if you're noticing like your blood splatter not hitting like how you want it to, go ahead and use a dotting tool and basically accentuate some more of those splattered areas. If you feel like things are not defined enough, you can go ahead and do this. If you feel like some of the droplets aren't big enough, this basically saves you time, so that way you're not going back and forth with that brush. Okay, it also kind of adds more of like a textured look, especially if you're doing this on top of the nails. When you're doing this in the nails, obviously you're not going to really see too much of that texture, but nonetheless it will still add some of that dimension. Okay, so I'm gonna put her back in the lamp, and don't worry if it gets on the part of the nail that's primed. It's okay, the polish is gonna dry and the acrylic is going to cover everything, and I promise you nothing's going to go wrong. You might see where other people do a lot of steps, they lay down clear acrylic and do this and do that. Baby, you ain't got to do all that. Okay, we just gonna proceed as normal. You do want to make sure everything is cured by the end before you do acrylic. So then I decided I want some more smearing, right? So I went ahead with my brush in that darker burgundy color, and I went ahead and went at an angle so that way I can get more of a smeared look, and you'll pretty much just go back and forth until you get the desired look that you're looking for. Be sure that you do get some on the actual natural nail, because if not, when you do your ombre, it's not going to be as ombre. Okay, so then, and this is crucial, you need to top coat. So after you fully cure everything for 60 seconds, you need to top coat it, because the thing about it is monomer does not always play nice with every single thing, right? So essentially you're going to have to make sure that we protect our polished design. And if you're having trouble ever doing, you know, ombres or laying acrylic over top of designs that had to be top coated first, go ahead and take your file or buffer and add like a little etching to it, and it will definitely make the process easier. I personally don't need to do this because I've been doing it for so long, and honestly I usually forget. However, if you're a beginner, or maybe you just have trouble and you don't want to fight with the slickness of the top coat, go ahead and do this step. So we are using Nude Panther. You guys know I have coupon codes for all types of products, for not polished, for Madam Glam, all that type of stuff, so look in the description below. Now you guys know that I like to do my ombre with as least beads as possible. So for this particular look, I am taking a nice bead and I'm letting it set for a second before I come and swipe it down, and that is because I want to make sure the color is as opaque as possible in the cuticle area, so that way it covers up any red that I don't want to show. Of course, because this is an ombre, I do want some of the splatter to show that's on the natural nail, just not all of it. And then you're going to decide how far down you want your ombre. Okay, now it is crucial that you do not cover up everything with the acrylic, right? So we're gonna do our main bead and see where it lands, and then we're gonna do another bead just to kind of bring it down. Now it is okay if everything is not perfectly ombre at the same exact spot, if that makes sense. We're just going to make sure we have an overall nice look, because we want to see the blood splatter through. That's the whole point. So you guys seeing, I am comparing it to the other nail that I did at first, and if you are ever having trouble, let something dry down a little bit and then wet your brush, so that way you can see how it's ombre. Okay, so you can pretty much see through. So next finger I do pretty much the same thing. Now I'm not gonna lie, this bead I went a little bit overboard. It would Miss Mama's, she was thick. Okay, that was a lot of bead for this little video ombre, but I still like to use it because you know me, baby, we do not waste over here. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, oh damn, I just fell. I'm not gonna lie, also, if you use too much acrylic, it's going to be really hard to shape and file later on. Now, you don't even want to know what... Oh, damn, I just fell again. You don't even want to know what the structure of these looked like before I went ahead and shaped the file. But just know, yeah, I didn't have to use that much acrylic. But I really did want everything to be nice and opaque in the cuticle area. So that way I could just kind of drag everything down in one bead. I like to ombre it, again, in as least beads as possible. And if you get the end result in one bead, hey... Oh! Okay, I need to stop standing like that. Okay, I'm done with that. Yeah, so make sure you tuck the cuticle areas really good and you're good to go. Now, obviously, this is not a specific ombre tutorial. I'm just showing you guys how I got the look and explaining to you guys how to get a really, really nice, juicy, and good, you know, blood splatter. Something that a vampire would love to go ahead and chow down on. Now, it's only October 7th, so you guys have plenty of time to try this out. I would love if you guys tag me if you guys decide to try this look, so that way I can see it, you know. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I mean, we still have like a minute and what, 10 seconds left of this video, but you know, I'm just saying all I can say right now. So of course we do have to encapsulate, aka cap the nail. Now look, when you're doing designs like this, you never want to cap nails that are like too wet, because it can cause stuff to move and slide around. And you want to make sure that the side walls are encapsulated too, because we have a polished design, and if you're not careful, if you don't get enough clear on the side walls, right, and on the sides of the nail, the acrylic will literally lift right the hell off of the nail tip, and you do not want them type of problems. I'm telling you from motherfucking from personal freaking experience. Not freaking fun. Okay, so of course once you get all that settled, then we get to shape and file, and we are ready to top coat. Hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and these tips and tricks, this final look. You guys know that you guys can join my channel memberships for only $5 a month, or you guys can buy exclusive members only tutorials straight up from my website for $4 a video. Okay, with that being said, you already know October is usually pretty fun. We got more videos coming. Again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.